the next company that's going to speak to us is AcuroVet. AcuroVet develops technology solutions to empower veterinarians to achieve financial success. Speaking on behalf of AcuroVet is Maureen Kelleher. Dr. Maureen Kelleher has board certifications with the American College of Veterinary Surgeons and the American College of Veterinary Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. She has worked extensively with performance horses with a keen interest in injury prevention and rehabilitation of equine sports injuries. So, Maureen, I'll turn it over to you for you to introduce us to AcuroVet.
Thank you, David. I appreciate the introduction. And good day to everyone who's joining. There's probably participants from all over the place, and so may not be in an ideal time of the day for you, but I appreciate the time you are taking to be here. And I also would like to say a quick thanks to Davos in the desert for this opportunity to speak. And what I would like to do for the next couple of minutes is just introduce you to AcuroVet and its role in veterinary care. The veterinary industry is evolving technologically, which affects how veterinary practices operate. AcuroVet is a platform that we have designed to empower veterinarians, streamline their workflows, and then elevate their patient care. Okay. So veterinarians have many responsibilities, from caring for animal patients to keeping track of medications and managing staff. It's easy for us to forget that a veterinarian may see 15 or more patients daily, which necessitates medical records for each, generating invoices for each of those, scheduling follow-up appointments, and ensuring that medications are given or dispensed properly. Many veterinarians work long hours to accomplish everything before heading home to their families and leave little time for themselves. Medical record keeping is super time consuming, and the lack of technology or adding in inappropriate technology can create a disorganized workflow for not only the veterinarian, but also technicians, nurses, and the office staff. Some practices around the world are still reliant on paper and pen for note keeping. And there are a lot of other practices that have a mixture of programs to fulfill maybe record keeping on one system and invoicing on another system. And none of those systems seem to integrate with each other. So there is a need for an adaptable all-in-one software that streamlines the efforts of the veterinarian as well as the entire care team. Additionally, there are some sectors of veterinary medicine that have specific needs that aren't really met with a lot of the other electronic medical records program. So as David mentioned, I am a diplomat in sports medicine and rehab is a sector in veterinary medicine that is growing by leaps and bounds, both in equine as well as canine medicine. And there definitely is a need for those practitioners to include notes about their physiotherapy, water treadmills, or massage that they're using to treat their animals. Additionally, there are holistic and integrative veterinarians that incorporate acupuncture, chiropractic, and herbal medicines into their practice. And these sectors have been traditionally been underrepresented when addressing the needs of their practice specifics. So our story started with me, a practicing equine veterinarian, using acupuncture in my traditional Western medicine practice to manage performance horses. I wanted a way to express my findings and treatments to the owners and to other veterinarians after I treated a patient. The medical record keeping system that was used in the practice was pretty inadequate. Ideally, I wanted to send my owners and other veterinarians or other folks a visual report of what I was finding. And the exploration of how to solve this problem has led to our current inclusive and mobile-friendly solution. So the problem that I had hoped to solve started about 10 years ago, actually over 10 years ago. I investigated what options were available, and there was nothing that I really wanted. I next explored some software partnerships and was lucky to meet a team that could build what I wanted or what I needed. And our first release was a product called Acuro, which was an image-based iPad tablet program that allowed me to visually record all my acupuncture findings and my medical notes and create a very stylish report that I could email directly to the owner. We gained a lot of traction in the holistic veterinary sector with our subscription-based program. But my peers who were using AcuroVet wanted more, and we were listening to their needs and adding features such as images for chiropractors or adding invoicing, etc. And after a few years, we had so many requests that we decided we needed to redesign from the ground up and develop AcuroVet, which is a complete cloud-based practice management program. So from the start and continuing through today, we build with input from actual veterinarians and address the problems that they face daily. So we advocate for efficiency, accuracy, and growth for our customers. AcuroVet improves medical record keeping with an efficient platform. We have keywords embedded into many of our text fields, allowing the users to begin to type a diagnosis or condition with just a couple of letters, and then allows them to select the term they want to use, which cuts down tremendously on the amount of typing that has to be done. And our hallmark is our image-based forms, which are available for the dog, the cat, the horse, and the bovid. The image forms are available for the whole body, but we also have a skeleton of each of those species. And then we additionally have specialty forms for dentistry, ophthalmology, laser, and other rehabilitation therapies. Another key feature which streamlines things is that we've got medical notes with incorporated invoicing. So the user can select the exam type they want to do, the different diagnostics or treatments they want to do while they're doing their medical notes, and what those services are then automatically added to the invoice, which then decreases the work and time that's needed to create an accurate invoice and avoids possible missed charges, so increasing revenues. So our customers can set up custom appointments, reminders, medication refill reminders, and other reminders to send out to their pet owners by SMS, by email, or as a push notification to our own owner application, which is called AcuroPet. Additionally, the user can send visit reports, invoices, and payment receipts quickly and easily at the point of service, which helps maintain excellent care and open communication with the pet owners. And then lastly, our mobile application, which is available on both iOS and Android platforms, allows mobile veterinarians a very convenient way to maintain their records and their invoices while moving from location to location throughout the day to see their patients. The data that they enter can be stored locally on the tablet while they happen to be offline, and then easily syncs up to the cloud when they return back to their home base. As I've mentioned, we have many features that make AcuroVet unique. We have image-based medical forms, robust invoicing capabilities, and a mobile application to allow offline work. We meet the specific needs of holistic and integrative veterinarians, and our platform improves client communications with our different visit reports and all of our reminders. In addition to all that, we also have quick and easy appointment scheduling module, which allows the user to make either single or multiple recurring appointments. The appointment module also allows for scheduling of non-patient related practice events. Our appointment module can be integrated with Google Calendar or Apple Calendar for our on-the-go users. Additionally, our users can create custom consent forms, which can be emailed to the owner before the visit at the point of time that the appointment is scheduled. And our appointment scheduling module also accommodates large practices with many doctors. AcuroVet has multiple patient-based medical reports and tracks the patient's history. We feature a vitals tracker, which allows veterinarians to see trends in the patient's vital parameters. We also have a wellness tracker, which allows the veterinarian to see what preventative medicine has been done and what the patient might be due for. And then our patient reports can be created and emailed to owners or other veterinarians. We also have a robust inventory management module to track medications and supplies. The inventory module can track controlled medications by lot numbers. The user can visually see what supplies are low based on their predetermined ideal stock levels. And then adding or removing stock from the inventory is also super quick and easy. Our telemedicine, telehealth module allows face-to-face interactions within the AcuroVet program, allowing the veterinarian to write the medical notes while performing the virtual visit with the patient. And then, as I mentioned, we have our pet owner application, AcuroPet, which is available on iOS or Android as well. This is free to the pet owner, and it allows the pet owner to maintain accurate health records for their pet. And then they can also request and make appointments to their AcuroVet veterinarian. We have customer support available by phone, email, and online meetings. We host webinars for our current and future users to educate them about all of our new features as we update them. And we have one-on-one training online with all of our new users. And we guide new users each step of the way through data migrations if that is necessary. We enjoy receiving feedback from our users on how to make AcuroVet the best platform for them. Our team loves partnerships with other professionals, and we currently have integrated credit card processing through 5 payment gateways, which allows our users an abundance of choices in payment services. We are also developing some partnerships with veterinary distributors in Indonesia and Singapore. We sponsor and provide free services to Siem Reap Veterinary Care, which is a practice in Cambodia. And we have other integrations that are in the works for various physical therapy tools, laboratories, and imaging services. So we have a plethora of currencies built into the platform to choose from. And we have the platform available in several languages to help accommodate the growing global market. We have users in many countries around the world supporting thousands of pet owners and animals. And our goal is to reach as many of these veterinarians as we can. And here's just a short testimonial from one of our users. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit so hopefully you can hear it.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Luna Repose, and I am the owner of New Earth Pet Healing, which is a mobile acupuncture service for animals. And I use AcuroVet as my medical record system, and I feel that it is vital to my inventory keeping. It's very user-friendly for somebody who's not very computer savvy like myself. And then also my clients love the visit reports with all the acupuncture points diagrammed out so they know exactly what I did at the treatment that day. So I highly recommend using AcuroVet. Thank you for making this product.
So we have many plans for the near and the far future. We are planning more integrations, again, as I said, with laboratories and imaging servers and other platforms based on the feedback from our users and what they would like. We plan for more automation and AI-based augmentations to enhance the efficiencies for our veterinarians and their team members. We want to bring AcuroVet to veterinarians across the globe, promoting best practices for veterinary medicine and a quality of life for veterinarians. We have a vision of growth in the animal healthcare industry. We started this journey to lift up the long-suffering veterinarian, but we see beyond the veterinary industry and into animal care. There are many more connections AcuroVet and AcuroPet can make to improve the well-being of veterinarians, of pet owners, and animals around the world. I would love for anybody who's interested in knowing more to contact me or any of my team by email, or you certainly can click on the QR code or scan the QR code here if you want to explore more about AcuroVet. Again, I really appreciate your time today and happy to answer any questions anyone may have, or we'll be happy to chat with David.
Good. Yes, you can ask questions by typing a question into the chat bar. We did get some comments that people are very impressed. One comment's impressive, another one is much more than we expected. So along those lines, you may not feel comfortable answering this, but how much investment, how much resources went into producing this? This is a lot more than a lot of us thought we were going to see.
A lot of I don't want to say a lot of blood, sweat, and not so many tears because I try not to cry over things that I can't control. But we have been a small team, and we've been slowly growing, only taking on what we can. But I think the biggest thing in our growth and what keeps pushing all of us to keep working hard is feedback from the users, like the video that I shared. Sometimes it's just a quick email saying, oh my gosh, I just got the greatest compliment from my Fluffy's owner saying they couldn't believe how nice this report was, and it was so clear, and I was able to put that together so easily for them without taking a lot of extra effort. So we are a small team, but most of it has been driven by myself. I did a lot of the work myself for a long time. And when we had the the growth that we could bring on other people, other staff. We've been adding that in just based on our income from our users, no outside help. And I have not taken a cent out of the company. I do this as a labor of love for my community.
This is unbelievable. So another question is the onboarding process. So if a veterinary practice is interested in this, how do they integrate this into their veterinary center? How much does it cost? What's the learning curve look like?
Yeah, the learning curve is actually, I think, pretty quick. It's a fairly intuitive program. It doesn't have a lot of fluff that you don't need. And we offer the first month as a trial period, so they can sign up and play around with it and get used to it, let their staff use it, make sure that everybody understands. During that time period, we offer training and different demonstrations, give them as many resources as they need through that time period, and then to help transition them from this temporary period of we're sharing this with you for a month to make sure it's a good fit for your practice, into becoming a paying customer. We transition them. We've got several points of contact that they can reach out to help them. We reach people in multiple different ways. I think everybody learns a little bit differently. So we do send emails, we do webinars, we do online training, etc., whatever works best for them. All of the online training is individual. So we get on, our main trainer is Alexis, and she gets on Zoom or whatever platform with them and, says, okay, let's figure out what your day-to-day practice is like so that I can show you how to use this program and not upset your apple cart too much. I think in my career, I've gone through several software changes with different employers, and it tends to be like we're ripping this Band-Aid off and we're putting this Band-Aid on, and everybody flounders a little bit because the whole practice changes. And what we're aiming to do is say, okay, how do you like to do things? How do you check in? How do you bring your patients back? How do you do things in the room? How do you check out? And then we say, okay, this is what you need to do. This is the best way to go about using AcuroVet, so that we're not changing their whole life immediately. We're just introducing a new tool that is still set in their traditional workflow. Now, once they get used to that, we can maybe help them streamline even more and say, okay, why don't you try not doing, taking this step away because you don't need to, or try doing this or try doing that. So while we are advocating efficiency, we also understand that the process itself is quite complicated. They still have to take care of patients, and they still have to answer the phone, and they still have to hopefully get a lunch break. And the first step is not to mess up everybody's life so terribly that they hate the product. So we take it slow and help them use the product for their practice specifically.
Do you want to say anything about pricing?
Yeah, so we have a couple of published prices on our website for a small practice, like a solo practitioner that has just a couple of employees. In the US, that's at $69 a month, or I can't remember what it is on a yearly basis, but we could do either a month-to-month subscription or yearly subscription. It's a little bit less on a per month basis if you go yearly. And that includes everything, all of the features. We do, depending on some of the regions in the world, we do adjust the pricing based on what the market can handle in that country. But for US, that's for a single user with a couple of employees. Our next step up from that is 2 veterinarians with a few more staff members. I think that's $99 a month. And then we have another platform or another pricing plan that's $129. I believe that's 3 veterinarians and 6 staff members, if I remember correctly. And then from there, we do custom. So if they have more than 3 veterinarians and so many staff members, we customize a payment plan and for them specifically.
Right. Well, you mentioned that AcuroVet allows veterinarians to include other services that they rendered on their invoices and so forth. It seems like that would pay for the subscription pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Even back when we first started and it was just our little tablet app and it was mostly just for acupuncture and chiropractic people. At the time, of course, that was 10 years ago, the subscription was $30 a month. And when I would talk to people, I would say, how many patients do you see a week or a month? If you see 30 patients a week, you can add $1 to their bill that they would never see, and your subscription will be paid for in 1 week. And when I approached it like that, people seem to find the value much more quickly. I think compared to a lot of the other practice management systems that, maybe it'll say, it'll be a similar price, say $69 a month. But they'll limit the number of visits that you can have, or they'll limit the number of patients or owners that you can register, which just means that to me, that means you have no room for growth in that payment plan. And the minute you go over that number, you have to pay more for the services. Well, if that one more patient or that one more visit isn't going to add too heavily, which it won't, to our load on the cloud, then I want those veterinarians to have some financial growth and success. And then they can get another partner or another associate, and then they can pay the next pricing plan up. I don't want to put restrictions on how many patients they can see, because the jump from, patient 50 to patient 51, if that's $100 a month, then that one patient isn't going to pay that extra amount of the pricing plan. So we set it up to be more unlimited and based on the number of people creating data rather than the number of pets that you can see or the number of owners that you can have, etc.
Well, thank you for sharing that AcuroVet story with us. I think I speak for everybody. I think we're all very impressed with what you've done. This is a very robust product. I don't think any of us can get our heads around how you developed all of this on such a small budget. And you're very generous with your pricing. I think there's room for you to be a little less generous.
We may be getting there soon, but yes.
Well, I think it's well deserved. I think it's for all the value you're bringing to your veterinarians. Well, anyway, okay. Thank you again.